Welcome to the Stone Room for episode 6 of Checking Out the Wareham Library. Today, we're going to feature a holiday-themed book talk, and then I'm going to close today's segment with tips for eating healthy around the holidays. The theme of today's book talk is popular Christmas movies that are based on books. Each of these novels are books that you can check out today at the Wareham Free Library. Our first selection is How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss, which has spawned not just one movie, not two movies, but 3 movies, including one that is in the theaters right now. It's the classic tale of how a little Christmas spirit can grow even the smallest and coldest hearts. Just like caroling, mistletoe, and roast beefs, How the Grinch Stole Christmas is a holiday classic that you're bound to enjoy with your children. Today's second book is The Polar Express by Chris van Allsburg. Since its release in 1985, this amazing story has enthralled children of all ages while encouraging them to always believe in the magic of the Christmas season. It features the story of a boy who is welcomed aboard a magical train ride that journeys to the North Pole. As the Polar Express goes on its journey, it travels through dark forests, over tall mountains, across a desert of ice, to the North Pole, where one little boy makes a special wish on Christmas. The book was the winner of the Caldecott Medal for Outstanding Children's Illustration, and in 2004, a movie was created of the Polar Express with the voice of Tom Hanks. Did you know that before the Nutcracker hit the big screen about a month ago, the actual story dates back to the year 1816? That's right, the Nutcracker was originally published over 200 years ago by the German author E.T.A. Hoffmann. This Christmas classic highlights the narrative of a young girl who is whisked away to the land of toys with a Nutcracker to defeat a Mouse King with 7 heads. Read the tale that is performed regularly by ballet companies around the world to the classic Christmas score of Tchaikovsky's spellbinding music. Another great chapter read for older children is A Dog Named Christmas by Greg Kincaid. When Todd McCrae, a developmentally challenged young man, hears that a local animal shelter is seeking homes for dogs in the days leading up to Christmas, he knows exactly the gift that he wants this holiday. While initially the family objects, they are eventually won over by a lovable new pooch named Christmas. But then Todd wonders what will happen to the other dogs that are forced to spend December 25th in their cages. With the power of persuasion, Todd starts an adopted dog for Christmas program to encourage his hometown to participate. The novel, which was made into a 2009 Hallmark TV movie, features an act that brings a small Midwest town together to show the true meaning of the holidays and goodwill towards man and his best friend. The last book that I'm going to highlight today is for adults, if they're looking for a novel that has the combination of a good laugh while getting you in the mood for the holiday season. In Skipping Christmas, Luther and Nora Crank are fed up with the endless shopping lists, the hurried trips to the store for last-minute shopping, and the aggravation of decorating a Christmas tree. So, they decide to ditch Christmas altogether and go on a Caribbean cruise. But their decision to skip Christmas isn't much of a vacation at all, and it brings consequences that they just didn't bargain for. The book was written by John Grisham and turned into a 2004 movie, Christmas with the Cranks, starring Tim Allen, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Dan Aykroyd. Christmas books are also great gifts for the holidays. In addition to the titles above, here are a few rapid-fire suggestions, which were given to me by children's librarian Marcia Hickey. Our first selection is The Christmas Treasury by Jan Brett, featuring 7 classic Christmas stories, and Construction Site on Christmas Night by Sherry Rinker. For chapter reads for older children, try The Best Christmas Pageant Ever by Barbara Robinson, which was made into a movie in the 80s, and A Season of Gifts by Richard Peck. Continuing today's program is an educational segment with tips on how to stay healthy around the holidays. Experts say that the first thing you should always do when looking over any item at the shelf at the supermarket is to look at the nutrition label. Not familiar with how to read one? No problem. Here's a quick tutorial with a few things to keep in mind. At the top, always look over the serving size and how many servings you're actually eating. Keep in mind that many manufacturers intentionally market smaller serving sizes so that nutrition facts appear better than they really are. You also want to make sure that you limit the amount of fat, cholesterol, and sodium while watching the percentage column on the right side. This tells you how many nutrients are in one serving of the food that contributes to your percentage of your daily diet. Additionally, the best percentage of daily value should be between 5 and 20%. Limit your sodium to 2,300 milligrams per day. And if you're over the age of 65, your sodium intake should be no more than 1,600 milligrams, or 3/4 of a teaspoon. Keep in mind that you will find most of your sodium from processed foods. You also want to try to eat more fiber in your diet because fiber plays an important role in keeping your digestive system in good working order. Eating foods like many fruits, vegetables, whole wheat grains, seeds, rice, and other similar products helps lower your cholesterol to help prevent heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and several types of cancer. Now, let's take a look at the ingredient list. Sometimes it's really confusing when you're reading through a list and you're really not sure what you're reading. But if it sounds like it's something out of a chemistry textbook, then it's probably an additive to keep food on the shelf longer, and that's probably not good for you. Also, the ingredients are listed on the label in order of weight, so it's a good idea to read through the first 10 items to get a good idea of what's in the food you're eating. If you see things like oats, cane, nectar, or syrup among these ingredients, that could be where the added sugar in your food is coming from. You also want to avoid anything that says hydrogenated, as these are trans fatty acids that tend to turn into solids once they've entered the body, and they can clog your arteries. Common foods with trans fats include crackers, cookies, snack foods, and other fried foods. But it's good to keep in mind that not all fats are bad. On the label, those healthy fats are called mono and polyunsaturated fats, which are found in plant-based oils, canola oil, and olive oil, as well as nuts. Now that you're armed with some information, how do you stay healthy around the holidays? Try substituting full-fat dips for lower-calorie options, like yogurt or no-fat sour cream. Just 1 ounce of full-fat sour cream has 60 calories. Such a substitution slices your intake in half. Also, instead of making a veggie casserole, try to prepare actual steamed vegetables instead. Often green soups are prepared with preservatives and fried onions that probably aren't the best for you. So, try going with a healthier alternative. Another thing, reach for the apple cider instead of the eggnog. 1 glass of eggnog can be as many as 250 calories per serving and half the recommended dose of saturated fat in a single day. Lastly, have a slice of pumpkin pie over pecan pie. Well, neither is the best for you. At least a pumpkin pie has healthy nutrients like vitamin A, calcium, and iron. However, if you're still craving pecans, you can always skip the pie altogether and sprinkle a little bit of sugar and cinnamon for a healthy treat. For more information about nutrition, you can check out books in our nonfiction section. For books about nutrition and healthy eating, you can find them under Dewey Decimal Number 613.2, and for our extensive cookbook collection, you can check out Dewey Decimal Number 641. In closing today's episode, I want to say thank you to our amazing patrons who supported us through these last few years to help get the Wareham Free Library recertified. Remember to stop by the library today to visit with some of the friendly faces that you see every day. Happy holidays.